What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Elias, and I'm just some dude trying to get as aesthetic as possible and document it all through this YouTube channel, as well as help others along the way. I know aesthetics aren't really as popular as they used to be, and it seems like nowadays everyone just wants to get as big as possible, which is cool and all, but I'm still about the aesthetics, and I bet we try to bring it back. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be running through my new cutting diet that I'm going to be doing, as well as giving you guys some of my biggest weight loss tips at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around because you might just learn something. I know I just made a diet video, but I was actually running that diet for a few months and just kind of like maintaining my weight, and I think it's a good time to try to get really shredded and beat the best look of my life. Best I've ever looked was in like May of 2023, and I think I'm ready to try to beat that look. Before we get into it, quick announcement. I haven't announced this anywhere but here, but I'm incredibly happy to say that not only am I now sponsored by the supplement company Kilo Labs, but I am now their full-time content creator, videographer, photographer, whatever you want to call it. And this honestly means the world to me. As you guys may know, I'm a full-time photographer and videographer for the fitness industry. And up until now, I've just been like a freelancer, which is awesome. But now I have somewhere I can really call home, which has been the dream all along. It really just feels like a family, honestly, versus just like running around doing random things here and there. I can work and grow with one specific team. And I want to thank Mike, the owner of Kilo Labs, for giving me this opportunity. It honestly means the world to me. The guys over at Kilo Labs specialize in like pre-workouts and pump products. They have a lot of different options to choose from, anywhere from just non-stim pump, which is what I like. I personally take the key pump, all the way up to some stuff that will straight up turn you into a demon and might give you a heart attack. So whatever you're into, they probably got it as far as pre-workout goes. They're a newer supplement company, up and coming, constantly coming out with new products and stuff. But yeah, you can use discount code Elias to save 15% on your order, as well as get free shipping. And also go follow them on Instagram because I make all the cool ass content you see on their page. Anyways, back to the diet video. So I've actually been running this diet for about a week now, and this is currently what I look like, hovering around 185 to 190 pounds. Like I said, with the new diet, the goal is to get shredded. And some people might say, dude, you're already shredded, but I'm really not. In my book, I'm not like shredded. I'm lean, don't get me wrong, but for instance, my abs are just kind of bumps, and like I don't have the Christmas tree back, like I still have some back fat. I just have proportions that make me look like pretty lean, even if I'm not that lean. Like I'm not fat by any means, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like killed to the bone, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen my previous diet video, which is what I've been kind of maintaining with for the past couple months, go watch it. But I showed you guys in that video that I had 3 different days of eating. I had a normal day, which was like 4 out of the 7 days of the week. I had a refeed day, and then I had 2 low carb days. The calories in this new diet aren't going to be that much different from one of the normal days from that video, but a lot of other stuff is changing. The first thing that's changing from that diet is going to be the insane refeed days. Every Saturday on that previous diet, I had this insane day of 1,000 grams of carbs, which was around like 5,000 calories. And unfortunately, if I want to get shredded, that day is going to have to go. Basically, how I was maintaining my weight before is as the week went on, my weight would drop slowly. And then when that refeed day rolled around, which was every Saturday, my weight would kind of go back up to around 190 to 195. Then repeat the cycle, my weight would go back down to like 185 as the week went on, and then I'd hit that refeed. And I was kind of just bouncing around like that for a long time. So I think if I just like kind of keep the calories the same as a normal day, but I don't have that refeed to kind of shoot my weight back up, which was keeping me feeling amazing and keeping me really full, but it was like preventing me from really losing weight and getting diced. So that is going to have to go. That's going to be the first thing that's going to change from that diet. The second thing I'm going to be changing from that diet is the foods that I'm going to be eating. I'm going to be cleaning up the diet a lot. As you saw in the previous video, I was eating a lot of sugars and fast carbs, especially post-workout. As much as I love pancakes and I'm obsessed with them, those are going to have to go for now, which is really sad. I think that eating all clean foods and really cleaning up my diet is gonna bring the best body composition possible. So that is gonna be what I'm doing. And this is by far the cleanest my diet has ever been. It's basically nothing but whole foods with the exception of protein powder. We'll get right into it. Please take 2 seconds to go down and like this video. It means the world to me. This diet is pretty hardcore. I'm going to be eating the exact same thing every single day, which personally doesn't bother me. If the food is good and I make it good, which I do, I'm okay with eating the same thing every single day. With the exception of I am keeping in the low carb day, which every rest day I'm gonna have a low carb day. The food might switch up on the low carb days. Like some days I might make different variations of foods, but the carbs are gonna be low on those days because it's a rest day. But yeah, every other day, same exact thing every day. So we'll get into it. For breakfast every single morning, I love to have my protein oats. Now, the way I make my oats is literally so good that I used to binge eat them. My friends never used to believe me, like, bro, oats are not that good. You're definitely tripping. But I'm going to show you how I make them, and they're like dessert every single time. So I start with 80 grams of oats into a bowl and then add water until it's just to the surface of the oats. Then I microwave them for a minute. After a minute, I take it out, stir them, and then throw them back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. After that, you should have a consistency that looks something like this. And now here's what I add to make them delicious and packed with protein. I start with 50 grams of whatever protein powder I want. Lately, I've been using this pumpkin spice flavor. Then I add a bit of cinnamon with some stevia to make it sweeter. Stir that and throw it back into the microwave for another 30 seconds. Take it out, stir it one more time, and then I like to add like a frozen fruit. Like in this one, I did frozen blueberries. And yeah, that's how I make them. Like the hot oats with the cold berries on top is insane. And then with the stevia, it literally tastes like dessert. Then with the oats for breakfast, I'll have 2 whole eggs to get some healthy fat and a little bit more protein. And this meal comes out to 620 calories, 58 grams of protein, 49 carbs, and 18 grams of fat. And this also doubles as my pre-workout meal, so I let this digest for about an hour and then I'll go and hit the gym. Then I meal prep my post-workout and my dinners. So meal prepping is where you make a bunch of the same meal and store them in bulk, and it's a great way to not only have meals ready to go, but also to know exactly what you're putting in your body every single time you eat that meal. So I start with 90 grams of rice and 6 ounces of chicken for some carbs and protein. I add 2 chopped up whole eggs for some healthy fats, 80 grams of veggies for fiber and nutrients, and about 150 grams of cooked potatoes for some more carbs as well as potassium. And then for flavor, I like to cut up a lime, squeeze it on top, and then add some zero sugar G. Hughes sauce. G. Hughes has a bunch of different sauces, whether it's barbecue sauce or this one. But this meal comes out to 830 calories, 82 grams of protein, 101 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat. This is going to be my post-workout meal and my dinner. So I have one post-workout and then another one a few hours later for dinner. Finally, to finish off my diet and get some protein before bed, I like to have the protein yogurt I've shown you guys in the last videos, which is just a serving of zero-fat Greek yogurt mixed with some protein powder of my choice and a little bit of stevia. This is one of my favorites and comes out to 225 calories, 40 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fat. It's a great low-calorie snack and high in protein, and it's good to get some protein before you go to bed. So yeah, super simple. That is what I'm going to be eating every single day. The oats for breakfast, 2 of the meal prepped meals, 1 post-workout, 1 for dinner, and then the protein yogurt before bed. The whole day's total is 2,505 calories, 250 grams of protein, 261 grams of carbs, and 45 grams of fat. And like I said, this is what I'm going to be eating every single day except for Sunday. Sunday is going to be a rest day from weightlifting, so I keep the carbs super low. These days I usually switch up the diet. It's not the same thing every time. But like I said, I keep the carbs around 50 grams to 100 grams. You don't really need the carbs because you're not going to be training that day, so it can be good to cut out some of the carbs to lower your calories, but my Sundays are going to be around 2,000 to 2,500 calories. A good example of a low carb meal I like to have is like these low carb tacos that I made in the last video, which was just like some protein of your choice, like chicken or beef, and then some eggs on a low carb tortilla or 2. And that's a great way to have a good meal that still feels like it's a full meal, but it's keeping the carbs super low. So yeah, this is the diet I'm going to be running to get shredded. And already a week into it, I'm already seeing differences. The calories are about the same as a normal day, like I said, of my old diet, but the main difference is I'm not having that massive refeed. So instead of my weight going kind of down as the week goes on and then back up when I hit that refeed, it's just going to continuously go down, which is good. So with my maintenance somewhere around 3,000 calories, I'm going to be in a caloric deficit of about 500 calories, which brings me to a couple big weight loss tips I have for you guys. The first one being track your calories. When it comes to losing weight, it's all about calories. At the end of the day, it's as simple as being in a caloric daily deficit, which means you're consuming less calories than you're burning throughout the day. Doesn't matter what you eat. If you are consuming less calories than you are burning, you will lose weight. I don't care what anybody says, that's how it works. I say it doesn't matter what you eat to lose weight, which is true, but what you eat will affect how you look, which brings me to my next tip. Tip number 2 is get enough protein. So yeah, you could eat nothing but sugar all day and still lose weight, but you won't be giving yourself the protein needed to sustain the muscle you have. When you're in a caloric deficit, that means your body isn't getting enough energy it needs from food alone, so it has to tap into other energy sources in your body. Now, ideally, you want your body to tap into the fat stores and you lose fat, getting leaner, not the muscle. To make sure you maintain the muscle that you have while you're cutting, you need to train as well as get sufficient protein. I recommend about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. So I like to go a little bit higher than that. Like I told you guys, my protein is around 250 grams per day. I weigh around 190 pounds. You could cut this down, which would also help cut the calories, or you could give them to something else like carbs to give yourself some more energy. But so far, the 2 tips I have for you is be in a caloric deficit, know the calories that you're putting in your body, and get enough protein so you don't lose that hard-earned muscle that you've been building while you're cutting. The 3rd tip I have for you is cardio. So there are 2 ways to be in a caloric deficit. You either consume less calories, meaning you eat less food, or you can burn more calories. Adding some low-intensity, steady-state cardio, such as incline walking on a treadmill, is a great way to be able to eat the same amount of calories but burn more, ultimately resulting in a caloric deficit. Personally, on top of this diet, I'll be doing 30 minutes of steady state cardio. I like to walk on a treadmill at about 13 incline, 2.6 speed every single day. Like I said, for 30 minutes, and that burns an additional 300 calories or so. And now I do this even on my rest days. I like to take Kilo Labs Blaze Fat Burner about 30 minutes before I do my cardio to make sure I can squeeze every little bit of fat loss I can out of that cardio session. Trust me, this fat burner works. Like you'll feel it. Genuinely, you take this and you can feel your body working harder, which is what you want, more calories burned. And now finally, for my final tip, this is to take it slow and do not crash diet or starve yourself. Take it from me. I've tried it. I've done it. I've given myself an eating disorder if you've watched my past videos.
So I developed an eating disorder.
Take it slow. The slower that you lose weight, the more maintainable it will be. If you crash diet, in the long run, you're likely to regain all of the weight. Plus, it can cause a lot of other issues such as eating disorders, stunted metabolism, hormone problems. You'll straight up feel like shit. Just trust me on this one. I've been there. I've tried it. I've done it. Don't do it. Lose the weight slowly. That's what I've been doing for a while now, and I feel amazing. I'm eating more food than ever, and I'm getting pretty lean. So yeah, don't crash diet. Don't starve yourself. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm super excited to take you guys through this journey. And I'm also super excited to see where I can take my physique and if I can beat my old best physique, which was around a year ago. As I said before, I've been around 185 to 190 pounds for a while now. So we'll just say my starting weight is average around 188 pounds. I don't really have a target weight. Instead, I'll be going off of what I see in the mirror, and I'll be trying to beat my previous best look, which, like I said, was around a year ago in May of 2023. And in this, I was around 175 pounds. So I'm guessing to match this look, I'll be around like maybe 180 pounds, 178. It's been about a year. I don't know. So 180 pounds. And then, yeah, see if I can beat it. And I'm super excited to take you guys along with me. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow the journey if you're interested and see me get more shredded as the weeks go on. If you guys could like the video. Also, if you guys are interested in actually talking to me versus just watching me on a screen, if you guys want to give me video feedback, give me video recommendations that I should do in the future, feel free to join my Discord. The link is in the description below. That's where I'm most active, and you can actually talk with me and see that I am a real person. Anyways, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it to the end of the video. I love you. As always, peace.